Yo y'all, this is Happy7, and today I'm gonna keep playing A Plague Tale: Innocence. Last time, we stopped right before, I'm assuming, probably close to the end of the game.
Hugo, your power! You have to be careful! I'm fine, don't worry!
Yes, he's a very gifted student. Too bad he's forgotten who taught him everything he knows.
Shut up, you old fool! We're here to kill you, not listen to your speeches!
And yet look at you, walking towards me like lost sheep to their shepherd.
That's enough, Vitalis! You're alone! Give us back our mother, or...
Oh, what exactly? I still have things to teach the carrier and his friends. You're so touching. Thank you. Thank you for your candor.
Ah, I see.
Do you hear them? The angel. The angel of the new world.
Get back! The light, see?
Oh, right, it's the white rats. I forgot about that.
Lucas, Nelly, stay there!
Not Lucius, Lucas. I called him Lucius last episode. Sorry about that.
All right. Destroy him.
It's a rat war.
I can devour them.
Gosh, it's a shame that you just left a bunch of
He's getting
saltpeter
up the
over
roof.
here.
They're not stopping. The light isn't stopping them. I can do it. Really? Go on, Hugo. It's our only chance.
Oh,
Come to challenge me.
Imperium. Concentrate rats in the same area to form a cluster and send them in masses of white rats. Oh my god, holy shit.
My brother's blood. You're nothing but a usurper. Strike me,
Nice.
Nelly. Unbelievable. Yes. Well done, Hugo. We'll show him.
Ah, we can send them at the brazier, I guess not.
Of what remains of your lineage.
Leave them alone.
Oh shit.
Yourself, Vitalis. You have abandoned your followers. Slaughtered innocent people.
Ugh. Another one? Jeez.
The new one to be born. That is why the rats devour it.
You know nothing, but the macula knows everything about you. It's playing with you.
Listen to him. Macula is in your blood. Can reach your heart. What you are about to create is a world of chaos.
That's true.
Mother!
She's coming, Mommy.
This is... I have to say that when I started this series, this really is not what I expected the end result to be. She's sending those as fast as I can actually play them. There's some more stuff here. Oh my god, they come over here fast. Turn around. Oh, that's about as close as it's gotten to me, I think. I'm glad that they're lenient with it, at least. Okay, I see one more. Okay. Make some more of this. Okay, yeah, I don't need to make one quite as big as that.
Yes! Keep it up! Yes! Surrender, Vitalis! Stop this!
What? Oh my god, I keep doing that. Whoa. 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 Alright.
Hugo!
That was pretty cool.
Alicia, he must not abuse his power! We're going to get you out of there! We'll take care of it!
All right. Yeah, I was wondering where they'd went.
It too, don't you? But it scares you. The true power, the gift of self.
Yeah.
I am unity. I am the blood that connects all people.
Get back! Stay with you guys!
I become one again.
Oh.
My servants shall rise toward the firmament.
I'll just take a pit stop.
We shall be as one. Soon they
Now,
will
Hugo!
join us.
Don't miss!
Come on, I can't reach him. Keep his right away from the middle.
Alright, I'll heal them to the side!
All of angels will descend on the altar.
Okay, now can you?
Rise up and strike with me. Return, my followers. Return to your master.
U-turn, Hugo! Hit him!
This is insane.
Not my wrath. Come back. Regroup. No, it's impossible. You'll pay for this. Come to me.
Are you? It won't even let me target him. Somehow.
His blood, its certitude, and
Don't tell me what to do. Well, should have listened to him. Okay. How did he take that hit though and not die? Whoa, 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 whoa. Let's see.
I am the weapon of the macula. The sword of
Sorry, my microphone almost fell over. You probably heard. Are you kidding?
know you're hungry.
How far away do I have to be? Still sort of readjusting my microphone here. Alright, there we go. Anyways. God, what the fuck? It's so weird.
Become one again.
Whoa! Why don't you die and become one of them?
Shall rise toward the firmament. Patience.
Hugo! Now's the time!
I see, I probably accidentally ran into one of those spires.
No, my angels.
He's got no
Come
protection,
back.
Amicia!
Come back to me. No, it's impossible. You'll pay for this. Come to me. Come feed. His blood, its certitude, and peace.
Ugh. Are you... What? Oh my... God. This is really annoying.
Become one again.
Alright, come on.
Strike with me. Come to me. We shall be as one.
Now,
Soon
Hugo, stop
they
it.
will join us.
Alright, here we go.
No, it's impossible. You'll pay for this.
You're right, it's impossible. You should have died after that. Considering all those other people that I took out in one shot.
Blood, its certitude, and peace.
Ugh.
Renewal.
Oh!
No longer yours. This is not fair. My angels, I know you're hungry. Soon you shall eat.
Oh my gosh. There's a lot of quick thinking in this.
Not my wrath.
Hit him now!
How dare Everything unites. You cannot kill that which has been sublimated.
He's just saying shit now.
They will. I am the weapon of the sword of light.
All right. Wow. What? Oh, I see. I have to keep them out of the center too. All right. Let's try to keep everything on one side then. Grab all this.
My followers, return to your master.
I'm sorry for the small amount of commentation, but just like, how do you commentate something like this? Must have been one thick ass hat. Made of real thick metal, I guess.
Calm down. It's over.
Alright. Wait, what? Oh, I thought that there was 17 chapters. Well, that was sort of a sudden end. I was really expecting there to be like an epilogue of some sort. I wonder if there's multiple endings. Well, I guess that was... Maybe there was 17 chapters, but the first chapter was like a prologue. Like I said prologue and then chapter 1 or something like that. But anyways, I guess then that was the end of A Plague Tale: Innocence. That was pretty interesting, I think. It was, I think that there were a lot of parts throughout the game that it's, that it really... I'm gonna turn the music down a sec. Just hold on. All right. But yeah, I don't really know where to start, honestly. It just seems like... I think that there was so much good about this game, but there was so much bad about it too, to be honest. And it's really hard to tell whether I actually... Oh, I guess that was all the credits as well. Okay, well... yeah, then I guess we'll... Oh, no. Okay, here we go. 17. See, that's why I like to wait until the end of credits in video games, especially. They do it sometimes in movies. Almost never in TV shows. But video games, a lot of the times there's an after credits scene. Okay, then I will save my, and I guess also turn the sound back up. But I will save my post game deal 3 days later. My post game doodad
Alright, let's go.
for
Got everything?
review.
Yes, that's all Lucas asked for.
Is Mummy going to get better with this?
She will be alright, Hugo. Mummy is tough, isn't she? Just like you.
That's right. I can't wait for us to find a new castle.
Well, you've got the taste of a king now. We'll see what we can do. We have to leave the region first.
Hey, how's this? Hey, it doesn't have black veins anymore. That's nice.
So, were you able to go home?
Yes, the nest is still there, but it's empty.
I can't believe the rats are gone for good.
Let's hope they are.
Hello, hello.
Amicia, look!
You want to try your hand at shooting?
Not me. My sister's really good. Right, Amicia?
Damn straight.
Alright, let's have a go.
Good, good.
Good,
The rule
good.
is simple. You have 6 stones, 6 possible shots. Try and shoot as many targets as possible. Are you ready?
Yes.
Ready?
Go on, Amicia.
Oh wow, it even target locks.
Yes. Whoa.
Are these shots? No. Aha. And I don't see the last one. What? 6 possible shots, he said. Okay, well. Haha, yeah. Let's bring some chaos into this. No, wait, what? Am I actually supposed to hit that one again? No, I can still hit the same one, apparently. Almost as if... Oh no, never mind.
Hey, you know how to do it. You won an apple. And all due respect.
Yes,
You won an
Apples
apple.
for you, Hugo. You're my biggest supporter.
Oh, thanks. I was hungry.
As always.
Hey, today we're celebrating the 3rd day without rats. There's a little fair down the street. Go take a look.
Oh, neat.
Fair. A real fair. I've never seen a fair before.
Hugo, Lucas is
Fairs are
waiting
neat.
for us. We should be getting back.
Oh,
Fair. Come on.
Hugo! Alright, but we can't stay long.
Hey, look! Oh, that's the young boy.
that's the young boy.
No, boy, you just can't come in.
But why?
Because you can. That's why.
What's good?
Is there a problem?
Look, the problem is a kid and his sister are wanted around here. By important people. Well, we just don't want any trouble here.
Yeah.
Understand?
I can see very well. Hugo, we have to go.
Wanted by who?
Come on.
I assumed the Inquisition would have sort of dissolved since it lost support of the church by this point, and also the
Hey,
Grand
Hugo,
Inquisitor is dead.
What?
The first one to arrive at the cart wins 20 apples.
20?
Apples?
But you'll never beat me. Right, Slug?
What? You'll see.
Oh, yeah? Then on 3. 1, 2.
3.
Hey!
I'm gonna fucking beat you. You're gonna owe me 20 apples, kid.
You can't beat me.
You're right, I can because my movement speed is slower.
Alright. You won.
Yes. 20 apples.
Yeah, you better pay up with that.
We made it, Lucas.
20 apples.
Do everything. The St. John's wort, the hawthorn, all of it. Let's go. Good.
Amicia,
Yes?
why are they looking at me like that? Melly looked at me the same way. Then she left. Because she doesn't like me anymore.
Hugo, she had other things to do.
That's not true. But it doesn't matter.
Dude, look at Lucas go. He's a jack of all trades.
Is she sleep much longer.
He was the coolest character in
She
the game.
has to get her strength back. With the herbs you bought, she'll soon be back on her feet.
All right. Hey, Hugo,
What?
do you think I'm pretty?
You're ugly. Really ugly.
Ugly? Me?
You look like a big fat fly.
A fly? Your own sister? Oh, such a slur requires punishment.
Lucas!
Hey!
Help! The fly's attacking me.
Huh. I don't think that I ever pointed this out, but for some reason, a lot of times when you look at trees, and only trees specifically in this game, there's a green line on one side of it and a red line on the other side. Like they tried to put some stereoscopic 3D effects, but only on the trees. Okay, then I guess that was a Plague Tale Innocence. So, yeah. Then I will turn it down a little bit. Okay, so yeah, I'm still sort of stuck. I didn't really clear anything up. I don't know where to start. Well, I guess I'll start with easier things like graphics. So, yeah, I mean, as far as the graphics went, I think they were pretty good. I don't really remember any time where I saw like items or like props clipping into each other, which is something that happens so often, especially more with modern games for some reason. I don't remember seeing an enemy clip their attack through a wall or just walk through like a closed door or something. I mean, I never saw anything. I mean, as far as glitches go, this game was pretty solid. Like, there wasn't a whole lot to comment on as far as glitches. Or, graphical or gameplay glitches. I did like the graphics though. They did a really. I mean, it was pretty obvious, I think, that they were trying to make it look very realistic looking. There wasn't a whole lot of art style, but the design of like how they put the graphics together and everything, it seems like a very kind of like a realistic fantasy kind of world, I think. Stuff that's built for not like ridiculously massive castles with unopenably large doors or something like that. So I definitely think that the design of maps and stuff like that was pretty good, and like where they put props were good. I mean, I think that it was a little unrealistic, the random supplies all over the place, but for the sake of gameplay, I think it was excusable, especially since they weren't like, they didn't have like some giant teal beacon coming out of them or something like that just totally ruins the immersion of it actually looking like a medieval or late medieval, early Renaissance town or castle or something like that. So yeah, I did like the graphics a lot. I think that the music was really pretty solid as well. I mean, there were a lot of times where music like repeated over and over again, and a lot of points where there was like a lot of drums or something like at the beginning of these credits, where there was like a bunch of drums and stuff like that. Like, I feel like that was not a very fitting kind of song for the very end of a game, since the action has kind of died down. But besides, the occasional here and there song that didn't really fit with the situation, I think that it was pretty good too. It sounds very professionally done, I think. And they used music a couple times to change the mood when, if the music wasn't there, the mood would be entirely different, and made, otherwise eerie seeming moments seem happy, or vice versa, which, music is really good for that, for changing the tone of a situation, even if there wasn't something in the way. Also, I got the achievement unlocks Knights for some reason. All right, and that was that, I guess. There's also extras. There's codex and credits. Oh, okay, I missed. I got 4 out of 13. I got 4 out of 13 for the Hugo's Herbarium area. I got 4 out of 11 gifts, and I got 9 out of 26 curiosities. So, yeah, I could definitely do better with that. Now I guess as far as the gameplay goes, I think that the gameplay was pretty, there was not I think I mentioned this before, there wasn't a lot of gameplay, but for the gameplay that there was, it was pretty well done. Like, they added a lot of different parts into specific areas of it, like, with all the different kinds of slingshots and and how they sort of progressed it along the way. I didn't really like how at random times you just weren't allowed to use your sling sometimes. Like, it wasn't often, but the times that they did it, they didn't explain why, and there was no apparent reason why you weren't allowed to use it. So, yeah. I mean, I didn't really like that. I also have to say, as I mentioned when we first got to the castle, when we were like still clearing it out of rats and everything like that, it was I really didn't, it was the slope, that's right. So, or not slope, I suppose, but like climbing up stuff, where the direction that you looked had to be so precise, like almost pixel perfect, to be able to walk up, so much to the fact that I was just running around wondering what to do for like 15 minutes before I realized that the thing I had to do was the first thing that I tried to do. It's just that I wasn't looking in exactly the right direction to be able to climb up the side of it. And that did happen a couple times. So I think being a bit more lenient with that would be better. But yeah, I mean, just like little hidden things, like when I found out that you could use Somnum to save yourself from getting killed by a guard that found you, or Luminosa if rats started to swarm you. So, yeah. Yeah. I think, I guess I'll go to the story, and since that was really the main focus of this game. I felt like it was really similar to The Last of Us, as far as the, Amicia and Hugo sort of story went, like focusing on them as main characters, where it was, one person, two people going together, one being the main protector of the other, and the protected one being extremely important. And so yeah, there was that. And I also feel like that it was really, really similar to Star Wars at the end with, I think, with, the Grand Inquisitor being a lot like Palpatine and Hugo being a lot like Luke Skywalker, where he, sees this massive amount of power in him and tries to pull him to the other side, trying pretty much just to utilize his power for himself. And I did compare Nicholas to Darth Vader because he was like this very unempathetic, iconic kind of... he seems like the iconic sword of the Inquisition, to not just to Amicia and Hugo, but to everybody. Although he didn't really have the same kind of character arc in the end as in Star Wars, so it was similar in ways. But I think the thing that I liked most about this game's story was the world building in general, the way that it was based on the Black Plague, but it wasn't really the same as the Black Plague. I mean, where it was way, 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 way more focused on the rats. Because I mean, in real life, obviously, during the Black Plague, there was quite the issue with rats, but I mean, they didn't, it wasn't as bad as this. And the rats in this game also seemed significantly more intelligent. I mean, the rats seems to be a lot more of a force than just a swarm of animals. Kind of like the Shadow in Amnesia, The Dark Descent. Something a lot less physical, it would seem. I mean, they focus on the rats so much that they just call the sickness the bite a lot of the times instead of, the Black Plague or something like that. And I feel like it was really similar to Dishonored in the way that, like, as you go through the game, you can see the world sort of, like, slowly die because of this sickness, where everything around you just seems to get worse and worse and worse. Even if the situation at hand isn't particularly bad, you just look to the left and there's a swarm of rats within this nest that is apparently made out of, dissolved bones. So, it gets pretty intense. And I definitely think that, just like in the same way that Dishonored did with, DLC and other games, is that this game, this, you could have, like, other A Plague Tale games. You could just do, like, A Plague Tale, but with, like, a different subtitle, and have it from different perspectives of other people. Like, for example, in Dishonored, they had you play as one of the main antagonists in a couple of the DLCs, so maybe in, like, a DLC for this, or, like, a spin-off game, they could have you play as Nicholas, or, like, a higher up, like a higher ranking guard of the Inquisition or something like that. So that you can sort of experience this from a perspective that isn't just the main characters, so that you can sort of see how it was for other people. And definitely from the Inquisition side as well, since, as I mentioned before, I think a lot of people in the Inquisition probably believed that what they were doing was for the greater good, for finally, doing away with this plague. So I think I would definitely like to see that, and I would definitely play something like that if it came out. I think besides that, though, the dialogue oftentimes, I mean, it wasn't, like, terrible. It wasn't, like, as bad as a lot of other games have been, especially games in, like, the early 2000s, but, like, a lot of the time it was really cheesy. And it was just, like, super predictable what kind of character this person was supposed to be, or something like that. And then there was a couple times where they did some very, very predictable, quote-unquote plot twists or something like that. Like with Nicholas being crushed by an entire shelf full of boulders, somehow he just got up from that. Even though we specifically told that other dude to make sure he was dead. And of course he didn't. And of course he got stabbed in the back. And it was just a super predictable thing that was going to happen. The same thing happened with Roderick, where he, sort of needlessly sacrificed himself to, get past a certain area. Where it was like, sure, I mean, he did sacrifice himself, which was a good thing, but it was, like, really unnecessary. And I feel like they did that just in an attempt to try to make you feel for the character, feel for the situation more, or something like that. When it's just like, or maybe, generate some hate for the main villain. But I mean, I feel like if you know anything at all about the Inquisition as far as real life goes, or even in this game for that matter, you don't really need a whole lot of reasons to hate that guy. So yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. I found myself a lot more interested in the game during like the second half, like the later, like as the game went on, I got more and more interested in it. It just started off with such a, I don't know, like it just felt like it was just going to be another, you know, well, just another AAA game where you've got this super predictable plot and all of this, and it's just like, you know, and a lot of things with like realism, like how absurdly accurate Amicia is with her sling, and how there are weapons constantly all over the place that she could take and use, but for some reason doesn't. And she even points out how good, or how, you know, difficult it would be to get like a sword, for example, at one point when she grabs the scythe in that field. But you know, I think it's sort of like an alternate history during the era of the Black Plague. I think that that's a really cool idea for like a setting, and you know, by the end of it, I found myself way more interested in the world itself and the overall setting rather than the plot that they were trying to make you care about. And well, I think that the main plot was interesting with Hugo and the, you know, Premacula and all that. It's just been, you know, I feel like it's that sort of story has been done to death, where you've got this, you know, usually very young person, you know, like a, you know, almost a toddler, but just like barely older than that or something, and they've got this ridiculously, you know, super powerful magic or something like that, that, you know, you as the protector have to try to help control or something like that. It's been done so many times that I just feel like they could have done a lot more with it. And I also feel like, you know, if you, I mean, in like a spin-off for this or something, you could really expand the combat system. You could make this something closer to like Sekiro, I guess, would probably be the best comparison as far as combat goes. And if you put a combat system like that in a spin-off game where you play as somebody from the Inquisition, I think that that could really, you know, really be quite cool. So, yeah, but I mean, I guess just mainly because of the slow start and because of how many times I got stuck because of the game and just because of how it was built, or how many times something really predictable happened or something completely unpredictable happened because it was so unrealistic. I can't really see myself recommending this to anybody, but just like, you know, I guess if they were really into historical fiction and also liked games like The Last of Us, then I might, but that's pretty much it. It was an okay game. I wouldn't say there would be a lot of ways to make this better, but I see a lot of potential for, you know, a game in this world, you know, in this setting, and I just wish that it was like done over again. So, yeah, I mean, I guess that's pretty much it. Oh, well, actually, one more thing. One thing that I would have liked to see in this game is some choice-based things. Or, like, different endings and stuff like that. Like, the ending that they gave, I'm pretty confident after an ending like that there isn't any alternate ending. I'll still look to see if there is, but, I doubt it. And so, I think, you know, for example, like in Dishonored, they... you know, the world really changed compared to how many people that you killed in that game. If you just go through and do that. And like, for example, in Dishonored, there was like more guards in a lot of areas if you showed yourself to be a more considerable threat. or rather, if you just stealth through everywhere, then the game would be easier later on because they wouldn't see you as much of a threat. You know, not as many people knew about you. So I guess that's pretty much it. I feel like that maybe, I don't know, maybe not. Sorry, I guess I should just stop because right now all I'm thinking of is different cool ideas for like a spin-off game or something like that. And I really hope that that will happen. I mean, as far as I know, they haven't mentioned anything. I haven't even heard of the company that made this game before I played this game, so I guess we'll see though, because I definitely think that this world, this version of Earth, and this version of the Black Plague and all that has quite a bit of potential. So yeah, I guess that's it though. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and this series, then please leave a like and subscribe to join the Chorus Rebellion. If you have any suggestions for games for me to play or ways to make my commentary more enjoyable, don't hesitate to leave a comment. That's about it. See ya.